As you know, collecting books and reading books are two separate hobbies. I have almost as many unread books as the total amount of books that I read all year this year. And I want to read all those. My goal for 2024 is to clean out my backlog of books. I bought them for a reason, because they looked interesting, because I wanted to read them, so I want to read them. But there's so many of them, and here's part of the trouble also. I also have a couple of rereads that I'm going to do next year. In February, I want to read Dune, right? Because the movie comes out in March. Yes, movie in March, part 2 of the movies. And I would like to challenge everyone who watches my videos to also read Dune or listen to the audiobook. But I want to make this more of a community type thing where we talk about the book, talk about the movies, just kind of nerd out together. And then in either October or November, I'm going to reread Rhythm of War. My most anticipated book for next year is the Stormlight Archive book 5. Running with the name right now, I think The Knights of Wind and Truth. In book, it's the Ketek of forwards and backwards being the same. Anyway, I'm not going to reread the whole series. I have too much to read already. I'm not reading all 4 of these, but I will read number 4 because I need a refresher. There's going to be things that happen that I'll have completely forgotten were led up to in this one. Then there's a couple of new releases coming out. Only 2 that I'm anticipating. Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands comes out in January. I'll be starting my year with that one. And then, of course, Stormlight 5 comes out next December. A whole year still. It'll probably seem really short, though. And then there's all the authors I want to continue with that are not even part of my backlog. They're part of my mental backlog because I want to read them. I want to continue reading John Gwynne, Robin Hobb, The Wheel of Time. I want to read Ursula K. Le Guin. There's so much. So much. Also, I'm a mood reader. I don't want to feel like I have to read certain things. I have all these books I want to read. I want to say I feel like reading this one. And then, interestingly, once this channel hit 1,000 subscribers, I got a couple of requests to review books. I plan to accept those requests. I don't know how big of a booktuber you have to be before you have to start turning people down. On one hand, I hope I have to find out, because that means my channel is healthy and growing, but on the other hand, it's really hard telling people no, I'm sorry, I don't have time for your book. Haven't had to do that yet, but main goal for 24 is the backlog. All the books that I acquired this year that I have not read yet, I have written on these sheets of paper. My plan was to make a paper chain, but then I realized if you do a paper chain, you have to rip them off in the order that they're in, so I might just like hang them up. Maybe I'll make loops and hang them on my tree back here, and then I can pull off the one I'm in the mood for. Or, you know, like those flyers that have them hanging down for guitar lessons. Take my number. So we'll see. I thought it might be a little incentive for me to pick a paper. I have Terry Brooks, Stephen Hunt, Dave Eggers, Stephen King, among many others. More Frank Herbert. Oh look, I did one. Promise of Blood and Watership Down. Finished this one. My review is out. Watership Down, I have already started. Look at that. 2 from my backlog. That feels so good. The incentive is working. I am also going to be very open to DNF this year. I hate DNFing. I hate starting a book and then putting it down, but I also want to value my own time. And if I start a book that's just not working for me, I want to be able to say, I don't need to finish this. I'm going to be ruthless about it. And if I come to these papers and nothing sounds good and I keep finding that I just never feel like reading any of them, I'm going to feel okay with getting rid of them. I don't have to read everything. I want to focus on the books that I feel like I care about. So wish me luck on my backlog and let me know what book you have been meaning to read and hoping you make time for next year. And see you back here for more videos. Bye.